to the Gen Zers and the millennials. And the reason why I'm saying that, if you guys can look what I'm wearing right here, I got on a quarter zip. So I don't know if you guys seen this trend going on social media with young black men. They're taking off their Nike Techs and they're starting to wear quarter zips. I think it's a good thing to see young black men delving into dressing more professionally. Young men, keep doing what you're doing. This is not to say that you got to throw away your Nike Tech sweatsuits. You know, I've never owned a Nike Tech sweatsuit, but I do have, I think I got one Nike quarter zip that I wear to the golf range, a great one. I've had that one for many moons. But we're going to specifically focus on young black men, Gen Z and millennials, and I'm going to statistically explain to you how these young men, young black men, have springboarded the black community, i.e. black men, out of those false ass stereotypes that people won't let go of. When we look at the data, the black community needs to address, especially among older black men. And I see this all the time. They try and dismiss the younger black men's opinions because we always rely on history and wisdom and certain things like that. But for decades, our talking points have been based on what previous generations, our generations of black men struggle with. High crime rates, lower educational attainment, unstable employment, stereotypes about fatherhood, negative cultural behaviors from the 70s, 80s, 90s. But I'm here to tell the black community right here and right now, none of those talking points, they don't match what's happening today. It's done. And it's all because of the Gen Zers and the millennials. But I still see older black men criticize those young men. They're always wearing poolside ski masks and hoodies. They paint their nails. They do TikTok dances. They wear Nike Techs all day. They look weird. They act weird. But while we're focused on their aesthetics, we're missing the bigger truth. Black men. These young black men are statistically pulling black men forward in every major category. They're pulling us out of the depths of hell, and we want to sit there and talk about these dudes painting their nails. I don't like it, but the trade-off is if they're helping us remove some of these stereotypes that we've been hit with for so long, I mean, you got to respect it. 2025, the majority of black children age 18 and under are born to who? Millennials, largest group. Gen Z, second largest group. And a smaller portion from late Gen Xers. If I'm telling you that Gen Z and millennials have debunked and dispelled all the false narratives about black men by themselves, they are responsible for the majority of our young children under the age of 18. Most educated generation of black men ever. Black male high school completion now exceeds 90%. Black men earned more college degrees in the 2010s and 2020s than any previous generation. Black male college enrollment is higher than in the 1980s, 1990s. Rising wages and historic employment gains from 2010 to 2024. Black men's wages grew as fast or faster than most race/gender groups in America. Who's been reporting on this stuff for the past, 2 years now? In the regards to black men every quarter, still waiting on the third quarter report? I think I have, right? Interesting. Black male unemployment reached the lowest rate in U.S. history in 2023. We just covered the unemployment rates from the 60s, 70s, and 80s. Young black men have the smallest wage gap with young white men in 40 plus years. This is the closest that we've ever been to earning the same as young white men. And it's because of young black men. Don't you think that we should be applauding this shit? Fastest growth in black-owned businesses. Black Americans are the fastest growing group of new entrepreneurs in the entire nation. Millennial and Gen Z black men drive growth in logistics, tech, content, fitness, and service industries. Post-2020 saw the largest jump in black male business formation in decades. Most involved generation of black fathers ever measured. Among black fathers with children, 55% live with all of their kids, whether married or cohabitating. Where the hell y'all think these statistics come from? And again, when you look at the 55%, I know that's the majority. I get it, but you're like, it's still 55%, media man. But there's three categories. One that says both and one that says none. Because there are black men that have other children. Of course, you guys know that, right? They got multiple kids. But in that both category, 18%. The number is close to 73% for those black men who have contact with their kids. Okay? And that's not even to mention that from the 2010-2013 report, black fathers ranked number one in engagement, caregiving, and daily involvement among all races. Where y'all think that stat comes from? It don't come from the boomers. Nearly 54% of black men have no children, contradicting multiple baby mama stereotypes. Sharp decline in crime and arrest rates. Black male youth violence has dropped over 70% since the 1990s. Arrest rates among black men ages 15 to 29 are at historic lows. Gen Z black men are statistically the least violent generation of black men in 50 years. Healthier, fitter, and more wellness focused. Cigarette smoking among young black men is at an all-time low. Millennial and Gen Z black men exercise more regularly than Gen X and Boomers did. So they're more into the fitness lifestyle. Mental health awareness and therapy participation has increased significantly among young black men. The quiet upward marriage trend. Black men have a higher marriage rate, 36, than black women. Younger black men show increasing interest in traditional marriage structures. Black men have successful intermarriage outcomes and lower divorce rates than narratives suggest. And I just discussed this because I see a lot of people saying, well, when the boomers, when they die off and when the Gen Xers die off, then the marriage rates are going to decrease. Where the hell y'all think I'm getting my information from in regards to the upward trends? It's coming from the Gen Zers and the Millennials. So no, the marriage numbers will not tank because we still have young black men still wanting marriage and they are getting married. So that's a false narrative in itself when you keep saying that, you know, the majority of the marriages belong to the boomers and shit and the Gen Xers. No. Okay? Leading digital, entrepreneurial, and cultural spaces. Black male creators dominate commentary, fitness, entrepreneurship, and lifestyle content online. Rising presence in corporate America, tech spaces, digital media, and financial literacy communities. Gen Z black men are shaping modern social and cultural trends more than any previous generation. So to summarize, Millennial and Gen Z black men are more educated, higher earners, more entrepreneurial, better fathers, less violent, healthier, more influential, more civically engaged, all that. All right. We good? So can we dismiss this YN narrative? And the young black men terrorizing the black community. I get it. You'll see some smash and grab videos. You'll see some fights here and there. I understand it. I know. But I think people in my age group, we better be lucky that we didn't have smartphones or everything wasn't recorded back in the day. Because I looked at the prison statistics. I actually reported on them. It was embarrassing. Yeah, what did they say on my recent report? Nicky Barnes on the cover of the magazine, he had 3,000 dealers working for him. You know the majority of those drug dealers were black men, right? Okay. So, I mean, I say all that to say this, man. We got to update our talking points because when we start thinking like the black community is just, the dregs of society, you guys are failing to understand that we are actually improving. And a lot of that, a lot of that credit goes to the Gen Zers and the Millennials. So instead of sitting there trying to, dunk on them in regards to, the TikTok dances and stuff like that. What's the NBA player's name on the Sixers? He doing, the dances and painting his nails, but people fail to understand that that dude is a multimillionaire. He got like a gang of sponsors. And that's another thing. Have y'all seen how many young black men are getting these NIL deals and becoming self-made millionaires overnight? Have y'all seen how many black men are going to the NBA and the NFL, coming from good families where their dads played professional ball? The Boozer twins, Carlos Boozer, who else? Carmelo Anthony's son at Syracuse doing his thing. All this. These are all black men. Okay? Pay attention. Pay attention. Yeah, and they get on my guy Caleb Williams. That's my guy. I mean, I'm an SC fan. We got a huge win over Iowa. It was looking kind of rocky there, but that's my guy. And like I said, man, I ain't gotta paint my nails and shit like them dudes. But he got the Bears. What's the Bears record? Like 7-3 now. Yeah. So y'all better start watching out, man. And I know some people gonna be like, well, a lot of them black men, they're mixed. I've been told y'all, the interracial marriages have increased with black men. All you need is 10% to swing the narrative. So when it comes to interracial marriages, black men are currently right on the cusp. Today, 36% of black men who are actually married. Of that 36%, 8% are married to non-black women. 2 percentage points away from 10%. And I told you, by 2027, we're on that upward trend. So I'm telling y'all right now, once we hit 10%, you're going to start to see some changes. Okay? Start paying attention.